Good morning, Wave fam, from Victoria, BC in Canada.
Come hold me steady. Nightingales don't live around here. Nothing. I don't feel nothing.
Yesterday, Ashley and I took a ferry over to Victoria here, and it was pretty rocky. We didn't film it because it was not a comfortable ride. We were supposed to go with Victoria Clipper, but it was so windy that we couldn't actually do it. So we are here in this gorgeous hotel called Hotel Zed, and we're going to show you around Victoria.
Hotel Zed is a fun, colorful hotel that when you enter the rooms, you know that it's unique and definitely has its own aesthetic. There is a bus outside that they take people around in. We saw a water slide, a pool, a jacuzzi. Hotel room are rotary. I thought it was hilarious that there was a little sign explaining how to do the rotary phones, how to dial out. I suppose when we arrived, they had a nice fresh box of donuts for us, and it was delicious.
Along with a themed hotel, there is a diner built right into the lobby of the hotel, and we went for breakfast at the Ruby, and we had chicken and waffles, pulled chicken and waffles, and Ashley had some sort of taco concoction that was off the chain. Absolutely amazing. Everything was delicious. Without further ado, let's go get a rental car and head out to Butchart Gardens. So if you are new to our channel, my name is Josh.
And I'm Ashley.
We are called The Way Away. We've been traveling the world for a little over 2 years now, and we share our experiences, we share cultures, we share places that are around the world that you might want to go. And this year, our goal is to visit 4 continents in the whole year. So we're starting in North America, and today we are in Victoria, BC in Canada, exploring, well, Canada, I suppose.
For you, that's all that I do.
Butchart Gardens started with a family in the 1900s named the Butcharts, and the husband was into making cement. He came here, found this quarry that he used to make the cement. He dug up all of the limestone that was here, and then his wife, an artist, decided to actually make something beautiful out of the missing land in this area, so she created the sunken garden, which is where we're at right now.
The garden itself does not permit guided tours, so this is actually a little special. We're allowed to come and share it with you, similar to a guided tour, but in a way that you wouldn't actually be able to experience while you're here on your own.
Even for you, all that I do.
Originally, the Butchart estate was their private residence, and Mrs. Butchart grew the gardens, like Ashley said, to sort of take back the natural beauty of the area. She entertained friends for tea, and eventually dignitaries and important guests to Victoria were brought here as a great representation of the area.
got here to Butchart Gardens, it was something that reminded me of being in France and going to the Palace of Versailles because they have sprawling gardens and around corners there's just surprises. So when we walked around certain corners here, we didn't know what to expect, but it was absolutely beautiful. It's still family owned. I think the great-granddaughter of Mrs. Butchart actually runs the whole gardens. Something they have here is afternoon tea, which is one of my favorite things to do. And so if you do come here, she said that 365 days of the year they offer afternoon tea for those who are interested. One of my favorite stories that we learned today was about Mrs. Butchart. She had the whole garden open so that guests could come and enjoy themselves, but there was one little garden, one little portion that she put a private sign up for herself. Still to this day, that private sign is up. We've come to see Cider. It's a little cider place where they make cider. They have that orchard out front where you can see where they get the apples for their cider. But they have flights of cider, and I love cider, so that's why I was like, let's go there, let's enjoy it. It's tucked away, and we drove here. It's about 15 minutes from Butchart, so if you're doing that, then this is a fun thing to do right after.
Totally.
Alright, we've ordered a long flight where we get 7 different types of cider. We can actually score our ciders. We're going to start from dry today and work our way to the more sweet, which is, this is more my style.
Is it getting more sweet for you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you liking that?
It's hard for me to wait for the sweet ones because I know they'll be delicious. This one's a little sweeter.
And how does it rate on the Ashley scale of 5 apples?
Well, it's still around like the 3 range.
Okay, so
middle range.
That bodes well for the other actually sweet ones.
I don't dislike it, but I'm leaving room for the ones that I love. The cider is made with blackberries and apple. It's not as appley as the others, and the blackberry is what's giving it this beautiful red color. This probably here. This one was a 3. This one was a...
This one is called Pippin's. I take back everything I've said about ciders. That is delicious. That's not even on the full sweetness scale. It's like a 3. But man, I'm really liking that. Doesn't have the typical tinny taste that I don't like about ciders. This is good.
That's a big old 4 for me.
What'd you have?
The Rum Runner.
Rum Runner.
You're gonna like this one.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's aged in a barrel. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
It is so unique. The flavor is really delicious. It does remind me of kind of like a whiskey or a bourbon.
And you like that?
I like this one better than all the previous ones, I think.
It just keeps getting better.
It is sweeter though, I think. It's a 3 out of a 5 scale on the sweetness, so we're getting up there. Might be gone by the time you get to it.
Okay, save some for me, please.
It's time for dinner. We're at Canoe Brew Pub and we have gotten some appetizers to fill our stomachs. It smells so good. We got some squid, we've got some shrimp, and then we decided to go with a flatbread and add some smoked salmon. It's a very seafoody night tonight.
What a lovely day. What a fantastic introduction to Victoria, BC. Oh my goodness.
Had a good day. It was a beautiful sunny day. The gardens were gorgeous. I just loved seeing everything that was there, and hearing about it was really cool.
So thanks to Victoria BC's Tourism Board for setting this whole week up.
Yeah.
Check the link in the description for the Victoria BC Tourism Board. That's where you can go to find out all the information about stuff that you can do here in Victoria, stuff that we'll be doing, and places we've gone to eat.
Oh man, there's so many places here. Tomorrow is going to be my most favorite though, I think.
So Wave Fam, I hope we encourage you to get out there and travel today. Come to Victoria, BC. It's a short little ride from Seattle when the weather is nice enough to take the Clipper especially.
Yeah.
Or you can fly in, I've heard, for starting at $100 for a seaplane ride. That's a thing.
Yeah,
I
like being on an island.
We should have done that.